All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get it. Yo, man. What is up, man? It's been a long time since y'all seen me, huh? I know it has, man. Look, I'm going to go ahead and put it down a little bit. See if they can bounce. Yeah. Saucy now, yeah. I know it's been a long time since y'all seen it, bro. I've been a little MIA, you know what I mean? Sometimes there's a fork in the road in the street, and you have to make a left and a right decision. And I made the left decision. But I am back again, and I'm here to present to you season 2 of the Styg Lum podcast. And today I want to present a good homie that I met over here when I was trying to get my workout on over there at Platinum Fitness. You know what I mean? I met this young man right here named Roger. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good, man. That's good. So we were talking and everything, and we were discussing that you were doing like an air conditioner, like you were working for an air conditioner company.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. And go ahead, talk to me about that.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I really did, but I got tired of it, and I just got tired. I was feeling stuck for a long time, really, because I would say I need to get a new job, and I just never did.
Yeah.
I was just staying there the whole time, so I finally just said I got to make a change. So I got a new job, quit that one, got a part-time job, and now I'm working on my own business, and we're doing good. I'm feeling good.
That's
I'm feeling a lot happier, bro.
That's definitely. That's kind of like the reason that we're having this conversation now is I found out that you were doing digital marketing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, just go ahead and, I want to kind of have like an original story. Like, I want to do like an origin story for you real quick. Like, after you explain like what brought you to digital marketing, just to kind of give people a good basis of Roger on where you came from and what brought you up to digital marketing. But before that, tell me what was your interest primary for digital marketing? Like, what brought you to even want to do that in the first place?
So there was one day, I was just scrolling through YouTube, just being bored right after work. Just, I was like, businesses to start in 2023 or 2022. And this YouTuber named Iman Gadji popped up. And I started watching his videos. And he started digital marketing when he was like 16. And, I mean, he's a millionaire right now at 22, 23.
Yeah.
Lives in Dubai. Has a Rolls Royce. He's living the life.
Yeah.
At 23, so young. I said, why can't that be me?
Exactly. And how old are you right now?
22. I'm 22 right now.
So you're right around the corner.
Yeah, so, and I just got into watching more videos, started doing my research on what I needed to do for me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of self-improvement was needed for that.
Okay. So you were saying you're doing some readings?
Yeah, I read a couple books. I stopped reading for a little bit, but I definitely need to get back into it for sure.
Good. Continue on.
One of the books I read was 10 Atomic Habits.
10 Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Really? All right. 10 Atomic Habits. Y'all want to go ahead and check that out, you know what I mean? Because I think I might have to do my audiobook on that one.
Yeah, that one, it was a good book. I really enjoyed it. And if
solid.
you haven't read it, I would advise you to read it as well.
Definitely going to peep through that for sure.
And the other book I read was How to Become a Superior Man.
The Ways of a Superior Man.
Yeah.
Hey, The Ways of a Superior Man. Y'all, for a man, I think that's just the required reading for you to elevate yourself. I read that. I read it probably like I do the audiobooks. I like audiobooks.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
I mean? And I probably listen to it like 4 times, and I usually like listen to it like waking up or going to bed, and it's so powerful. Just like to put you in a place like, okay, we all have a purpose, but you know what I mean. Some people are going to overlook us, but that shouldn't matter because regardless of it, we gotta still do the best that we can and give the ultimate love that we can from our hearts.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely, and you kind of, depending on how your life was, you kind of like, oh dang, like I'm doing so many things that aren't a superior man, and then you're like, well, how do I become one?
Right.
So then you start doing your research on things that you need to work in on yourself.
Right.
And then you start making the changes that you need to change, and then you try and become better as you can.
Yes, sir.
Each and every day.
Let me ask you this. What was something that you have to improve in your life as a man in order for you to kind of get the mindset that you have now as a digital marketer?
Honestly, I had to understand a superior man doesn't necessarily have all these women. I had to understand that loyalty is what a superior man needs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I found a good girl, someone that
Nah, bro.
someone that's been there through it, someone that I've put through hell and she stayed there. So
right. Okay, so you kind of give her like your own little test, like, hey, you know what I mean? We've been through our ups and downs, and we kind of went through the runs. But like the fact that you were still here by my side, that let me know that like there's a level of loyalty that you want to give to me that I'm actually going to return to you now.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, man, it's so crazy you say that, because, you know, again, for men, if you have a purpose where you feel like multiple women or multiple wives need to fit that purpose, then so be it. You know what I mean? Get you multiple wives. But, you know what I mean? Don't be trying to play with these women's hearts. Don't be trying to play with these women's minds and everything when they're trying to actually support you and actually be there for you. A lot of us, you know what I mean? We just kind of need that one solid one, and we can be everything else that we can be. But like we always need that solid one to kind of be our backbone, our solid foundation when we're not feeling our best. And you know what I mean? Sometimes that it's a little hard to find. You know what I mean?
It definitely is, especially in today's society. It's
Man.
a little. And today you kind of got the women that want their own careers, their own this, their own that. But at the end of the day, I just want someone that's gonna be at home and. Like, I call at any time of day and, like, where you at? What are you doing? Oh, I'm just at home cleaning the house or doing this or doing that, because I want to be going out there and doing the hard work, getting my hands dirty, doing what needs to be done.
You want to be the sole provider of the household and everything. Definitely. Make sure that you bring in the bacon and you making sure you doing your part. And if, you know, if she wants to have a little side business or something, she can.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, she's making sure that when you return to your home, it's already peaceful. It's already organized like the way you want to, so that way you can just relax and then chill out. You know what I mean? Continue doing your part as either a loving husband, a loving man, or a loving father, depending if y'all got kids or not.
Yep. No, sir. No kids. We've been together, I believe, 2 years.
Okay, man. Keep it strong.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know I've put her through some things that I shouldn't have, and you know, it's changing my mind on that. I have to see things from her perspective. It's a lot. Perspective is to do with a lot.
Okay, so if you have any, so for all the young, you know what I mean, I really don't be knowing who the audience is at this point in time, but if there's some young heads, because, you know, you never know, YouTube is full of the young guys that are younger than us. What advice can you give them in terms of finding a partner for themselves that kind of fits, like, you know, their own agenda, or like finding somebody that's actually designed for them?
It's all about who makes you comfortable, not who makes you necessarily, you know, feel good or do this. It's who makes you comfortable, who you can be your truest self with.
Right.
Whoever you can, like, how you are with the homies each and every day, you should be in the same sense with her.
Yeah.
Is how I feel. That's exactly how we are together. We just clicked, you know, we were interested in the same things, and I mean, we've stayed together you know, ever since, and just being comfortable with who you are as a person as well. Because if you're not comfortable with who you are, you won't be comfortable with them. Right.
So first and foremost, you got to understand yourself.
Yes, definitely.
Understand where you're going, understand your purpose in life, and understand your dreams, and then start working for that. And then when you find a lady, when you find a lady that can fulfill that for you, like can allow you to express yourself naturally without them trying to put any restraints on you. They're not trying to give you no like control. Like if they give you an advice, it's actually there to help you propel in life, rather than just like, oh, you're doing that again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you know when you got that attitude, you gotta have to like, oh man, well it shakes your spirit up.
Yeah, definitely.
So like having somebody that always can come with you in agreements, and then either they're helping you succeed in life, or they're just facilitating the stuff that you kind of that you need done that you can't do all the time because you're working so hard.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's up.
And then along with the getting a new job, and because you know going a full-time job to a part-time job, even less money job, you have to talk with them and be like, you know, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have to be tight on money for a little bit, you know, but to also make her feel comfortable with it's gonna be for the best in the end. Like, like I promise you, we're gonna have more money than you can think of afterwards.
Man, yes.
But you just need to trust me and allow me to do what I need to do. And having that talk is something that you had to do, and
very important.
It went good,
Yes, sir. And for the women out here, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to direct y'all lives and stuff like that. But like as he said, like you gotta be willing to accept direction from your man. You got to be able to see your man as a man and be able to let him lead you into the promised land that he knows that y'all can lead them in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times women, they see a man's vision and it doesn't align with what their vision is all the time. So they either try to mold it or fit it up or sculpt it to where it fits them. But at the same time, you got with that man because of his vision. You got with the man because he had purpose in life. You got with the man because he knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to allow him to be who he is and just, facilitate. If he needs any help to try to be who he is, if he needs any more confidence or advice or support, you just got to be that for him and know and trust that he going to be able to provide for you, your family, your grandkids, and, for the future.
Definitely.
Man, all right, so let's go ahead and we're going to hit the little reverse symbol, and I just kind of want to get the origin story of you know what I mean? If you don't mind, kind of like, where were you born, you know what I mean? And what was your goals in life when you got in, like, up into the high school age?
So I was born and raised here.
Okay, how's New Mexico?
All my life. Just trying to get out, I guess you could say, but
Yeah, I know it.
2 parents, both Mexican. Growed up playing soccer my entire life, probably as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
Always, my dad was always my coach. I think from when I was like 6 years old until high school started, he was my coach, and that man went through everything for me.
Yeah.
Like, he just did it all, and that is another thing why I got into digital marketing, is because I want to return the favor for him. And so that way he's not working his entire life.
Amen.
But got into high school, started varsity my freshman year.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm I guess well known in the soccer community.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, not really.
Well, sure. Man, shout out to my football fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It was me, my homie Zach, and my homie Allen. We were all freshmen. We were all on varsity. And me and Zach, we probably played like, I'll say 10 years of soccer together.
Oh, man,
shout
out
like
to Zach,
that.
man.
Yeah.
If you see your boy over here, man, go ahead and put a thumbs up.
Yeah, and then Allen, too. He's right there with us.
Yeah,
I probably played like 6 years with him, 7
Oh,
years
okay,
with him.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the boy Adam, too, man. You know what I mean? If y'all watching this, man, thank y'all for bringing the homie
definitely. And, just through high school, just tried dominating soccer. That was my everything at that point, was soccer. And then I ended up getting a scholarship at the USW here. And I don't know, this is another one of my problems that I have.
Okay.
Is I'm quick to make a decision.
Very impulsive.
Yeah. So I went and signed, and then me and my homie, we went to, his name's Checo. We call him Checo.
Okay.
We went to El Paso to University Technical Institute.
Really?
For work on mechanics and
UTI.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And El Paso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then went over there to a seminar or whatever they had, and I was like, that's cool. Like, I want to do that. And next thing you know, like a week later, I'm signing up for school in Arizona for mechanics and stuff.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
From a scholarship from USW to a shit to the UTI, that must have they must have sparked a power in you. What kind of technology person were you trying to be?
So, always being a YouTube person, watching YouTube, I found this YouTuber. His name was It's Just a Six. And he was always working on a car. He was always doing something with the car, and he went from in college, living in an apartment, working on his car in the parking lot, to full-time YouTube and full-time just working on cars all the time, recording cars, doing whatever with his cars. And that was like, well, that's interesting to me, I want to get into that.
It inspires you, huh?
Yeah, and
Most
then I was
definitely.
and then COVID had happened, and I was in Arizona, and at that point, they just threw everything online. So it was like we were watching YouTube videos, I was like, I do that for free anyways.
Yes.
I'm not going to pay for school.
Exactly.
So
why am I wasting money?
I made the mistake of coming back.
To Hobbs?
And, yeah.
Okay.
And that's where I feel like I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I wouldn't have met my lady either.
Ooh.
Or we had known each other, but we wouldn't have gotten together.
Yeah, you wouldn't have gotten together now.
Yeah.
And also, man, if you would have done that, we probably wouldn't have been here talking to this day.
That is also true.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you definitely are looking at it in the brighter way.
Yeah, and I've been here for 3 years working at HVAC company.
Okay.
And I was there for 3 years, and because
How'd
that's
you-
where I had worked before.
Oh, okay. So you were just
Before I
like you're
left.
just coming back to it.
Yeah,
All
and then I came back, and then I would always tell myself, like, I need to find something else.
This ain't it. This
Find
ain't my
something
life.
else, and then I found digital marketing, and then I had even, like, I was so confident in it. I went up to my boss, and I was like, let me show you what I can do. I'll do it for free. Like, this is what I'm trying to get into. Just, like,
Yeah, this
be my guinea pig, you know? I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And, well, he turned me down, and, I mean, I can't, you know.
You can't hate on him.
Yeah, I can't hate him.
But at the same time, he's gonna be upset when
Yeah,
you're doing something
exactly.
for us. You know what I mean? Over here at the Styg Lum podcast, and you like
Yeah,
the
definitely.
thousands of fans, the millions of fans that are tapping in now, is gonna be a shock because
Yeah, definitely.
they're gonna be like, well, who is this guy right here? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm also gonna put your Instagram on the page and also your Facebook, just in case y'all want some advice or y'all need help with your own digital marketing. You know what I mean? He
Definitely.
may not be able to do it for free for you because he got a life to live. He got a family to feed. He
Yeah,
got a
definitely.
whole career that he wants to lead. But I can guarantee he can put some numbers in there. And these ain't bots, huh?
No.
These are some organic stuff, like, you know what I mean, pay per clicks.
Yep,
He actually
pay-per-click.
he has the foundation. He has the knowledge. He actually has the software, and he's dedicated. And he's really working hard.
Yeah,
Man.
and software is kind of expensive, honestly.
Yeah. See, and again, and then the software keeps updating.
Yeah.
There's more software that you
Updating,
know about that's actually that does a little bit more better. So again,
Yeah.
like you said, in order for you to be able to get the necessary software, you know what I mean. And again, if you want to know the software and everything, talk to him, and he
Yeah,
can consult
definitely.
you. You know what I mean. Of course, there's gonna be a little fee for the consultation, but at the same time, man, if you can spend $20 and know that you can make $2 million, what kind of investment is that? That's a smart investment.
It's a no-brainer to me.
It's a no-brainer. If you want to, you know what I mean. If I can guarantee you that you spend $50, but you're gonna make $50 million, then that's a no-brainer for you to spend $50. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to trust us. You got to trust him and his ability to do what he's able to do. A lot of times people can't, man, especially when you're throwing out the free ticket to your boss. If I was his employer, I would have been guzzling anything that he can do, and I'm like, man, use me as what you can, because at the same time, you don't know what he's capable of. And now that you denied him, you probably will never know until he's doing it for somebody else. And then, like, at the same time, they're gonna try to spin back the block, like, oh, Roger, hey, man,
Yeah.
what, you remember talking about that free? So, whoa, free. Man, look, we doing numbers over here now, so
Yeah,
there's no more free. But you can pay the fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not the R there no more, but you can still pay that fee and help me get to the point that we need to succeed.
Yeah,
Man, I'm sorry, I'm getting to that
No,
rapping
you're good.
again.
You're good.
All right, so, man, that's just a beautiful story, dog. I'm just gonna give everybody a chance to digest, like, the fact that you have made all these drastic changes so quick. All right, so here's my question. Just giving them a little sauce of your digital marketing skill. We ain't trying to go ahead and unleash the full yet. Maybe we need to do a second episode when we get when we get our when we get our money right, and we get our numbers right.
Yeah.
Then we can start talking about what we did, how you did it, and then, like, you know what I mean, give them the whole shebang.
Yeah,
But until
definitely.
then, let's just give them a little treat, a little taste of what it is. So, when you were doing your digital marketing, you know what I mean, your knowledge on that, what's one of the most important things that anybody should know in terms of, like, building their audience or gaining new people?
Most important, I'd say, is know what your audience wants.
Talk to me about it, man.
If you don't know what your audience wants and you're just dishing out all this pointless content that no one wants to watch. So whenever you understand what your audience wants, you can put out what they want, and all your content does better.
Yeah, okay.
And then you're just getting them what they want.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I mean, it's simple, really.
So, what would you say to somebody that, say that they wanted to make videos about Legos, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
and building
definitely.
Legos? How would they be able to gain an audience just doing the Legos?
I'd say you'd have to obviously select your platform very
Okay.
carefully,
Okay.
because
On your platform.
there's not many kids on Facebook
No.
or
Or
maybe
Instagram or-
now Instagram.
Yeah, but like, or
but
Twitter.
not Lego watching kids.
Yeah,
So
facts.
I'd say TikTok would be your main go-to for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And And obviously TikTok and YouTube Shorts would be your two best picks right there. Because if you're, spending money on Facebook ads at the same time, that's, in my eyes, wasted money.
Yeah, because it's not going towards what you need to do in terms of
definitely.
Okay. See, so look, there's a little bit of sauce right there. I know that probably doesn't shock. It may be some may be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that, but at the same time, some people don't know that. Like that's like new information to people because people are just putting out whatever. You know what I mean? Just thinking that like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the meme right here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like the viral content. Talk to me about somebody that. All right, say that you were doing something, right? You just having fun, and you just like, man, I'm tired of it, and you put something out that you really wasn't going behind. Like you wasn't. That's not really who you are, but it's getting so many views. What should a person do?
At that point, you have to ask yourself and understand if you really want to become successful in this. Maybe this wasn't the route you were supposed to get. Maybe you were chosen for this route.
Yeah.
So if this is working for you and this wasn't, why not run with this?
Okay.
So that, and just, obviously adapt back to however you need to.
Yeah, okay.
But just go with what works as getting started.
Yeah.
And then once you get your momentum and stuff, then you can kind of figure out your audience.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? So if you do get something that's, hitting some good viral content, and it may not be exactly what you want to do, he's like you said, continue doing that, but maybe adapt to a little bit more that you're comfortable with, but in that same realm, to continue building those people, grabbing those people, attracting those people. Definitely. And then once you got you a nice fan base where, people ain't really moving around, they're going to support everything that you drop. Then you can kind of like, okay, I might just step into this lane a little bit because I got some loyal people who like me for who I am. And I know they're going to support me if I just step into something that I truly want to do. Bro, that right there, that blew my mind because I'm like, all right, I can kind of see for myself, even like for my own content, I'm like, all right, that right there, I kind of almost redirect to what I'm trying to do as well. Like that was really cool. Definitely. All right, I had a few topics for us, man. I don't know if you was able to have some topics too, but
I did. I wrote some down.
Yeah, it was cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit you with this topic, and then I'm gonna give you two topics, and after that, I'm gonna give it all to you, and we can go ahead and talk about the things that you would like.
Go ahead.
So my first topic that I wanted to talk was the meaning of life to you. Like, I know that's a very generic question that everybody asks, but we all have different ideas of life and what life means to us. And I want to get Roger's perspective of what is the meaning of life.
Me personally, I feel like you need to, as your lifespan goes, you need to figure out what your purpose is. Not the purpose that you're choosing, but the purpose that God's chosen for you.
Ooh, boy, you done brought the man upstairs. I was trying to avoid him this conference, because we got a lot of non-believers out here. You know what I mean? And that's the hardest thing. That like, I got to put God first. God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, tell me, since we're already on it, you know what I mean? You done unleashed the veil for me. What is the meaning? And like, what is the importance of putting a? Sometimes people don't want to use God. You know what I mean? But like the Most High, the infinite intelligence, the collective consciousness, the universe. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways you can express God in this self. So why is it important to always have that Most High first, or God first?
Because for me, I think He knows where you're going.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know where you're going. You may know where you want to go, but doesn't mean that's where you're gonna go. And I've already done so many things in my life, and I've, changed up so many things. And I finally feel like I've found what He wants me to do, but that's only because I got closer to Him.
So your faith was a little off for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So like, what were you doing? What was your mindset like when you wasn't really in touch with God? What was Roger doing?
I'd say throughout high school, I was always drinking.
Okay.
I was always drinking, and then got out of high school. Didn't change. I was still drinking, and then got a little
Cuervo and Don
older.
Julio.
I was a beer person, so I was
Dos Equis and
Dos Equis, Corona, Modelo,
Yeah. Oh,
Bud Light, whatever
boy.
I could get my hands on sometimes.
Okay. No, for sure.
And then got a little older, and then started finding drugs and got into the drugs, and
that
then
happens.
Cause
you're just trying to numb a pain that's in our body.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
being in Hobbs and seeing so much of the craziness that it is in here.
Crazy.
Like that's our way to cope.
Yeah, and it's just I got so far into him. I finally found my lady, and she had questioned me like, "What are you doing?"
Oh.
And then like I couldn't, figure out why I was doing what I was doing. So I was like, I just need to back up from, this group of friends that I was with that was always introducing me to
the same
things.
crap.
Yeah, same stuff over and over.
Oh, bro, you done nailed it. Like separation from that old life that you used to live is so necessary for you to succeed in life.
Definitely.
All the people that I'm smoking weed with, all the people I'm blazing up with, I'm twisting up with, and shit like that. Eventually, I had to change my life because I'm sitting here trying to dick down 15 girls, 20 girls, all in the same day and everything like that, and it was just making me feel worse off as a being. And after a while, I was like, man, this stuff is for the birds. This stuff is not for me. Cause like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna die soon. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let me start off with cutting all these girls off, cut them off. And then after that, I was like, my homies, you know what I mean? I ain't really having sex with them, but like at the same time, they wasn't on the vibe that I was. They, all of them still smoking weed. They got a lot of ego about them being the best that's in the world and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, y'all can keep that. Let me cut y'all off too. And a lot of times you get told that you're selfish.
Yeah.
You being like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Whatever.
Definitely selfish.
Yeah. That's the word you give me. You know what I mean? So
but they don't understand that sometimes doing things for yourself isn't selfish if it's for your future self.
It's self-love, man.
Yeah, it's, I'm trying to become the best person I am, and one of my close homies, he's still in that realm and stuff, and I just, I've reached out to him about God and stuff, and he's just,
he ain't trying to hear
he's denying it, and, it hurts me seeing him, because there was this one video I had seen, and it was like, imagine you're floating up to heaven, and then your homie grabs you by the ankle and said, "Where you going, man? You could have saved me. Why didn't you ever tell me about God?" And then so that fell hard on me because I was seeing better for me and wasn't seeing better for him. So then I tried introducing him, and I'll send him videos or just tell him to talk to him or something, and I just pray that it works out for him, that he finds his way.
See, the way that God works sometimes, he has to use you as an example.
Yeah, definitely.
So that way your homies can see like, oh, wait a minute, Roger, he didn't have nothing when I seen him. He wasn't in no house, you know what I mean? He wasn't in no big backyard. He didn't have this fancy car. He wasn't dressed in this nice clothes. He was like us. He was drinking and not doing shit. But wait a minute. I remember him saying he was a digital marketer back in the day.
Yeah.
And now, wait a minute. What is he still doing? Digital marketing. Whoa.
Definitely.
And now they look at your profile. They see millions. Wait a minute. Hold on. But the first thing they gonna see is God first. Put God first. You know what I mean? Just like shout out to the Most High. That's the first thing they gonna see. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing they're overlooking.
Yeah.
Man, the reason I changed my faith around and rededicated my life to God was because I was chilling with one of my best homies that I've been chilling with for a long time. I've been knowing him since like sophomore year in high school. I'm 27 now. And I was like we was talking to him about an ex. And I remember when I had her on the profile, I was able to follow her, but she wasn't following me back, so I just unfollowed because I felt like I was creeping. I was like, that's just weird. But I kept seeing these two babies. I heard her holding these two babies. You know what I mean? They look like twins. And I was like, I thought they were her sisters. I thought she was just big auntie mode. That's what I assumed. I was like, she's just auntie. You know what I mean? She ain't. I don't know why, but my mom was like, she ain't doing what she know to do. So you know what I mean? I'm on the right path, whatever the case may be. And I was talking to him. I was like, man, I was like, I see these two babies on there. Those are her sisters. He's like, bro, I think those are her kids. I was like, I think she has twins. And I was like, my whole heart said, and I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Cause I had another friend, you know what I mean, and I wanna her. She just recently got married. Shout out to you, Ruby. You know what I mean. I pray that you and Tito, Alfred do great in life, and y'all do wonderful things. And thank y'all for showing me an example of what trusting in God can actually do for her, because she really wanted a man of God to marry. You know what I mean? You know, she been through so many different types of men that was just only trying to get her for the coochie and everything like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, I know what I like, I know what I love. And she's a beautiful woman. And she's like, but I want me a husband. I want somebody who is of God. And she had dedicated her life to God, like throughout high school and stuff. Like she was going to church, doing missionary, teaching people. And at that point in time, of course, I wasn't on there and everything. But then one day she hit me up and she sent me an invitation to her wedding. And I was like, oh, for real? Are you serious? And man, I was like, of course, it was like months later, and I didn't even have a car at that point in time. And I was like, man, if I have a ride, I'll be able to go. I thought it was just somewhere where I wasn't able to obtain, but it, like literally the reception was down the street.
Oh yeah, really?
I could have walked there if I wanted to. It was just crazy because I like at the time of the wedding, I had getting blessed with a car, and not only was I able to attend her wedding, I was able to attend her reception afterwards, where like they were drinking the Jose Cuervo and the Don Julio. Oh, my stomach, man.
Definitely,
and
man.
but again, she appreciated that in me. She was like, she thanked me so much for being able to show up, because I just know that as one of her old childhood friends or her high school friend, to show up for her on her special day when she's looking the best, she's the happiest. And I'm there to support her with open arms. I'm like, man, thank you, brother. Like, Alfred, like, Tito, her husband, was awesome too. The whole thing was nice. You know what I mean? I seen some things that I wasn't supposed to see, and like with some pastors and like people that was working in there. But I'm gonna leave it like that. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't meant for me to be able to talk down on people. Because without all that, I wouldn't be able to change my faith. And bro, I feel like it's so crazy, because once you change your life around, so many other people that are meant for your life come to you.
Definitely.
Like people who are of God, people who are actually doing the right spiritual thing. They start coming into your life, and it just feels so organic, or like love.
You can definitely feel it.
Yes.
Like, it's not like, it's not just something that's, just happening. You can definitely feel it's supposed to be happening whenever it does. And I just wish more people were open to not only showing up, for God, but showing up for their friends. Like you said, it meant so much to her for showing up.
Yeah.
And people don't understand how much just showing up can do.
Yeah, just being present.
Yeah, just showing up. Like me and my lady, sometimes we're just in a room doing our own thing. I'm on the computer doing whatever, and I'm proud of her that she started it, but she started doing custom rugs. And, just like you said earlier, with her having her little side hustle, I'm glad that she's already dipping her toes into it, so that way it's just leading more of the way for me, you know, like now it's your turn to get this going so that she can quit her job. She can do this on the side and stay at home and do her thing.
And it's crazy because everything is on social media. Everything. In order for you to grow any kind of business, you have to have some type of social media presence to get other people that are not in your city. And since you are a digital marketing person, y'all got like a hand-in-hand business.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've already talked about websites, platforms she wants to be on. We've already had the
y'all
whole
already getting everything blueprinted and stuff. And it seems like you'd be taking notes too, so I mean, you're a studious person.
I think getting a journal was probably one of the best things I've ever did.
Really? Can you explain why my journal is like this. This is like my notes. So again, you see how, like, go ahead and show it to the camera real quick. He got a journal with all these tabs and stuff like that. And if you don't want to use that, you can also use your notepad on your phone. And like, it's the same thing. I got books to read, the stuff that I learned from people, and like just keeping it. So what's the importance of having a journal, brother? Tell me this.
It's basically like me talking to myself almost.
Really?
I write down things I need to do better.
Yeah.
Sometimes things that happened during my day, things that irritated me or something like that, and then I try and figure out the why. So that way I can understand myself as a person better.
Amen.
And just notes, I have digital marketing notes, just right here, core pillars for success is on here. So it's just
hold on. Core pillar. Give me the first one of the core pillar.
Well, this was for Marketing.
Okay, no, again.
So
This is strictly for marketing. I just want to hear what you what that first one is. Just to give some people a little gem. I love giving gems.
So I put targeting as the first one. So as in the most essential component, the opinions available are many unmatched with anything else you're doing to drive leads. So it's almost like saying, like how I was saying earlier, you got to know what your audience wants, targeting your audience. And I mean, that's why I wrote it down as the first one, because if you don't know your audience, you don't know what you're selling.
Doing. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but continue on. So in a sense, this is kind of like you, like your past self, letting your future self know, hey man, this is what we went through.
Yeah, definitely.
This is what we're going through. You know, here's some blueprints. Here's some ideas that you can build on.
Definitely, and let me try and find something.
Yeah, man. Share whatever you want to share, brother. I'm down for it, cause man, I'm looking at you, and you got a nice and detailed too, dog. Like you got a good handwriting.
Yeah, I write all caps. I don't know why.
Okay. Is it easier for you to read?
No, it's just something that kind of just started happening.
Really?
I don't know why I do it.
Hey, again, like the way it is, like when I look at it, it looks very succinct. It looks really nice and organized, dog.
I mean, I tried taking, times that I meditate for on what days.
You do meditation too?
Yeah.
Like what kind of meditation? Like sitting meditation?
Yeah, just sitting down, enjoying the sun if I can. Okay. Whenever I do it.
Talk to these people about meditation real quick. Like, why should somebody meditate? What's the importance of meditation to you? I meditate too all the time.
It just helped me figure out who I was.
Right.
Time by yourself is who you figure out who you are. And whenever you're just thinking to yourself, you think of things you enjoy, you just kind of get a focus of what you want to meditate on before, so that way you can kind of dissect it and figure out what your true path for that is and what you want in that. And it just helps me to be able to understand myself and why I want something or why I couldn't have something, or it just helps me get through some problems, the things that I go through. Can you give us like one example that's not too deep into your body, like that when you were meditating it was always coming to your mind and you had to try to figure it out, but then it took you a while? Like, did you have anything that was like something that was very profound for you that it had to take a little bit of work on your part in order for you to succeed in? That was gaining confidence to be able to trust myself that I can become a business owner. Because, being shut down by your own boss to do something for free, that was what had knocked me down and stopped me for a couple months.
It shattered the spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying to do this for free.
Yeah, so it kind of brought me down, and I had to think, why did it bring me down? I've been told by other people already, no, so why did this one bring me down? And then I guess it was just, it was a little more personal because I've been working for him for a while. But, you kind of got to figure out that it's business. And I had to meditated for it, and I had to figure out that business aren't feelings. Yeah. Business is business.
Business is business. You got to take feelings out of business. Because once you put feelings in business, then you start getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you lose friendship, you lose connection with people.
Definitely. And just realizing the difference between how I act on my feelings and how I act on facts.
Ooh.
Because they're two completely different things to me.
Yes.
And even though what you may feel is right to you, the fact is that it's not right, and it's hard for you to understand that, to swallow that and take it with consideration that, well, maybe I am wrong, you know, but
and it's like, not the sense that you're wrong, but it's all like, what do I need to improve on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what it is. Like, and again, you understand what's wrong and right, and like how wrong can be a good, but some people, they use that wrong as a stigma of them being just completely inferior, like completely worthless, and then like they use that, oh, I'm wrong, and it's like a downward spiral. But like, it's like, no, you're not wrong in that sense. It's just that like you need to redefine your perspective. You need to redefine your mind to where like, okay, let me turn this wrong into it right.
And sometimes, or I'd say even 80% of the time, it's a small little tweak, and you found it. You know, you're right once again.
Yes. It's
And-
like just a minor step. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. It's more like, let me not put my feelings and all my stuff into one person, and just like let everything flow naturally,
Mhm.
and you just feel more happier and
Yeah,
blessed.
definitely. And that's another thing. I feel like if you know in today's relationships, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and you gotta do this, but you gotta be your own self at that same time.
Yes.
You know, and then that's another little thing. Like, I mean, cause me personally, I feel like if I tell my lady like I don't want you wearing that,
Yeah.
and you get mad, you're not the one for me.
You're not the one.
It's not that I'm insecure. It's that I'm
I
a
know
man.
Yeah, I know.
and
what
I
want.
know
Yep.
what other men are thinking. You know, if you go out and you're by yourself and you look like that, you know, I know what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that, like I said, I'm insecure. It's just that if they do something to you and I'm not out there with you,
Yep.
I can't help you.
I can't help you. Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that's a lot of the reason where, and I'll say grape, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people use the word grape. That's why a lot of those happen, because of the man seeing a woman that was looking very provocatively, and they especially in a club setting or any kind of party setting where alcohol is included. You know what I mean? That can be at Applebee's, Chili's, you know, anything that has a bar, anything that's like a sports bar, anything like that. Men can't, a lot of men, or at least people in general, can't control themselves when that alcohol is in them. When those
Yep.
spirits are in them, that's what they call
Yeah,
them, spirits.
definitely.
When those spirits are in them, a lot of people cannot control their emotions, and they end up doing the most dumbest things just to satisfy a lustful, low vibrational feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you start to, like, if you're talking vibrations and stuff, once
Yeah.
you start to raise your vibration,
Yeah.
you start to realize how unimportant that
Yeah.
feeling really
Yes.
is. You know what I mean?
And how like low that feeling really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
bro, okay, so like this is where I believe. So this is what I tell people. All right, however you're feeling, if you're feeling pain, anger, if you're feeling like lustful, or you feeling like you're guilty and stuff, look at the people around you when you're vibrating at those frequencies.
Yeah.
Look who's around you. Look who's talking to you. Look who's actually vibing with you. Like, that's why you say vibe, because you're on the same wavelength. Look at the people and look at their lives and see how their lives are.
Yeah.
And now start changing your life to control, power, love, appreciation, gratitude, and just accepting the world for loving in it. And watch the people change. Watch
Yeah,
the new.
definitely watch the
Watch
people
how
change.
them old people start leaving because they're at those same vibrational low levels.
Yeah.
And watch how higher level people start coming into your life now because you're on their wavelength. I was
Yeah.
telling people, like, they was like, "Damn, how do we meet?" I was like, "Cause you're elevating your mind now, and
Yeah,
I'm the person
definitely.
that is coming into your life because
Definitely.
you're elevating your mind."
And that's exactly, I mean, like you said, the day that I had texted you, the day that you came into the gym and that happened, and then I said this was meant to happen.
Word.
And then you're like, this is definitely God working with us.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, I knew it. Like,
Yeah.
I said, I was feeling it, but
Yeah.
I was like, that just like confirmed it. And I was like, yep, I said, I
Yeah.
knew he was moving in
Man,
my life.
No,
you know?
trust this. I'll check this out, man. This is even a crazier testimony. I was at church this morning, and you know what I mean. I made a lot of connections where I talked to people and like, and so this is how it was. I had invited like 3-4 people to go to church with me, and they all hit me with the same excuse. Hey man, I fell asleep early. Hey man, I'm sorry, but I did this and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was like, I sent y'all a live stream. Y'all can watch it still.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
just because like the day is over doesn't mean you can't watch it.
Yeah.
And it was like there was so many people that were denying me that I was almost about to deny you today. And I was about to hit you with like the most dumbest excuse. I was like, man. And I was tired at the point in time I was in church, and I was like, man, I was getting sleep. I was like, man, let's just try to schedule for like another week or something. And the pastor was all like, man, if you're trying to schedule something with somebody and you're gonna be tired, you might as well do it anyway because you're gonna be tired anyway. And I was like, you know what? You absolutely damn right. I was like, dude, for real. I was like, you absolutely right. I'm gonna be tired regardless of it.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and do this. And bro,
And that's,
I am so happy that I did it.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
dude, this conversation is so powerful, bro. Like,
Definitely.
I'm having a good time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the phone turned on to let me know what time it was, and it's like we've just been 45 minutes in, and
Feels like we've been talking 5.
yeah,
really.
bro. And like, dog, it seems like we've been going through generations of like friendship. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many times that we're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I seem like I know this dude back in 1980
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
1800s, and it's like, I know this right here, this connection is gonna be powerful for not only us, but for everybody who's watching too.
Yeah, definitely our our worlds were colliding.
Yes,
and
man,
then,
the chemistry would be
yeah,
nice. They gonna be like,
definitely.
well, wait a minute, Roger, how'd you meet G Brooks?
Exactly.
How'd you get in contact with this dude?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh man, it's over now. Like,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that's just the power of God. That's the power of so they said when two or more together, the Lord is with them. And here's another thing. You can't have a mastermind by yourself. You cannot be a mastermind by yourself. A mastermind has to be two or more people with the same agreement, and then you build a mastermind.
Definitely. I mean, because you can't think of everything.
Nope. Two heads are better than one.
Yeah, and I mean, that was my, that's what I would always tell my lady. I was like, I wish I would meet someone that's into the same things as me. I wish someone was, wanting to do better for themselves, wanting to start their own business, wanting to just make it. Because, living in a small town, everyone, especially in an oil field city, everyone sees, $27, $35 oil field job. They're like, let's go.
Yeah, getting 2 to 3 racks a week.
Yeah, but then you got to kind of understand that you're trading your time for money.
Your life for money.
Understand that your time is way more important or way more... valuable than just $35 an hour.
Amen.
That's why with digital marketing it opened my eyes so much, because one, there's not really any startup cost. Two, you have location freedom.
Okay, you can go wherever you want.
You can go wherever you want. It's all digital. It's all so if I wanted to go to Hawaii for a week and still work,
you can go there.
Yeah, and then
you're not having to be stuck in Hobbs.
Yeah, you're not having. That's what opened my eyes the most, was like, I can do this from anywhere. I can travel the world and still work.
Yes.
And it's...
Ooh, see?
Yeah.
Now you're starting to give me goosebumps. Literally. Boom. That was kind of crazy, everybody. All right, let's see. Pow, 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 pow. All right. Hey, sorry for that little intermission. I might have to put a little commercial. I might put a little commercial in between there. You know what I mean? And I think I might do that. Start adding commercials because I start seeing them on the podcast.
I can do it for you.
Hey, shit, we can work on them, man. And so like, I might need one from you too, and I might, like, I want you to do one for yourself. Like, do a commercial for yourself, and I'll interject that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna take.
I can definitely send it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this part out real quick just so that way. Send me yours, and then that way, like in the middle of it, I'll throw yours in there, and I'll throw mine out there, and then we can always, cause like you will always have plugins for me, brother. Anytime that you feel like I'm like, hey man, this is brought to you by Eagle Media.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Where if you want to spread your documentation out, and if you want to put some voiceover for that too. Go ahead, okay? Definitely. So that way we can get that in. All right, everybody. Sorry for all that, man. We had a little technical difficulty because the camera overheated. This room is a very confined space. There's lights everywhere. I didn't have the fan on 'cause I didn't want the fan to be heard. My Xbox was right underneath the camera, so the heat from the Xbox, I think, was catching on to the camera, and the camera needed to cool off. So I got a water bottle on top of the camera right now. And look at that, it's already cracking, I think. But there's a water bottle on top of the camera, and we're not going to stop today. Did you remember what we ended off at?
No, but I did want to say this, is that in a year from now, you're going to be in the studio.
Hey, thank you, brother. I'm trying to make it 6 months, but you know what I mean? I'm going to take that year because
you can make it.
I've been listening to evangelist Jonathan Shuttlesworth, and he talks about, man, if you're in the Word of God for a whole year and you haven't moved, there is something wrong with what you're doing. Because the Word of God does not make you go back. It does not backslide you. It propels you.
Yeah, and
you know
we can
what I mean?
touch on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like with that, you can say, you go to church on Sunday.
Right.
That's all you do. So
Right.
you're living for God just one
day.
day.
One day a week.
But you got to remember there's a whole lot more days to the week that you got to live for Him too. That there's not just, going to church. Yeah, this, that. Okay, I'm good. No, you're not.
Exactly. But there are 352 days, 356 days, or 65. Wait a minute, how many days?
65.
Good Lord. Sorry, y'all. Look, I live day by day. I don't live year by year.
Yeah, definitely.
But there are 365 days in a year, and you telling me that you only want to give God 52 of them days? Because that's how many weeks are in a year, and you're just giving them 1 day a week, so that's 52 days. You're missing out on 310 days of you actually receiving a blessing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know what I mean? always be in your Bible. Like you don't have to read the whole Bible, but read a verse.
Yeah.
Read read a couple of pages. You know what I mean, or read a paragraph or a chapter, just to make sure that you get your God in your life. And don't be worried about trying to put other people to God, cause like you got to let them figure out God on their own, like you figured out God on your own. Like I had to figure out God for myself, and like Roger had to figure out God for himself. Everybody in this journey had to find God on their time. Well, like, you know what I mean. I don't mean like just wait and never do it, but I'm saying that it would never start. It would never start until you do.
Yeah.
Until
you have to want to.
Yeah, you took the word out of my mouth. You have to want to. Like you have to do it from the out of the whole fullness out of your heart, not just because
it has to be genuine.
Genuine,
Very
cause
genuine.
man, other than that, it ain't gonna never work, brother.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the topics you was bringing on today.
We could take one from here, a
Yeah.
couple from here.
Yeah, whichever one that you want to talk about first,
we can
brother.
get on.
We got a good enough battery percentage.
I could ask you this question.
All right, I'm down.
So, what do you like about where you are at? And what about... Hold on, let me try and figure out how to word it.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Where do you like that where you are at?
Mm-hmm.
About where you are at?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want to stay the same about where you go?
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Exactly.
I know it was a little hard word.
Basically, like what qualities in my life am I like liking now?
Yeah.
And what qualities in my life do I want to continue to go into the future? And I feel like it's just my passion.
Yeah.
The passion and my energy towards the subject that I'm doing. Like that's who I am. If anybody who ever known me, if you had put something into my life that I was super excited about, you did not only hear it from me, you saw it in me.
Yeah.
You saw the energy into me. And I was always going to be 10 toes behind anybody to push you forward with my energy. And my energy is contagious. And that's what I noticed. So, like, I want that to continue on to where, like, anybody that I bring in here, I am totally interested in that person. I am interested in what they got to do, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to hold you over here just because you're boosting up my stuff. That's stupid. Like, I want to grow together. Like, this right here is a state. This right here was just us documenting great relationships.
Yeah,
that's all we're doing right now, just documenting, like, powers of come. Because we ain't never know about it. I met you when I was on my way to going ahead and doing my little workout, and I finally decided I've seen you one too many times. I was like, man, what's your name?
Yeah.
And we ended up chopping it up right after that. It was crazy because, you know, there's I want you to talk about this too, and then talk to me about like why is it so hard to overcome that male to female communication? Because men to men and female to female are easy because you know what I mean. There's not that they trying to hunch on me. You know what I mean? Like. The two of the workers over there at Planet Fitness, you know what I mean, they gave me the vibes of like, you know what I mean, because they probably have a man or something like that.
Definitely.
And again, I do, that's totally understandable. But after a certain point in time, you should be able to break that barrier to at least like, hey, okay, he's a cool guy, cool cat.
Yeah.
Like he's not like there's harmless. Like just become friends, and that way y'all can grow together.
And with that, I feel like a lot of that is just with how today's society is. It's just everyone's so almost, you could say, selfish that no, you can't talk to them, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. But once you grow up and realize that not everyone is trying to smash you,
yes,
you can really have a lot more friends that are good friends. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just society nowadays just sucks. And especially, you know, I wish I was born 50 years ago, because I think I would have enjoyed it a lot better.
Yes,
you know?
life would have. Man, it depends, because you know what I mean. I think we're just now like 70 years from segregation. So like, you know what I mean. So like, like we kind of have to watch out, because like times were definitely easier back then, but like the connection like we have right now. Our grandparents are barely even thinking of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Especially when you talk about black and brown people, like we're more connected than we are separated.
Yeah.
But there's a fine line between, man, I'll go to church, right? And it's so weird, and I don't think it's, you know, it's because of like any racial thing, but I try not to think like that. But I can sit down in the seat by myself. And I'll put myself in a situation to where I know more people are going to sit like right next to me.
Okay.
Every time, if it's a Mexican person or if it's a white person, they'll always sit one seat away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time.
Really?
And it's crazy because it's like it's not only me, but I'll look around at the other black people, and if they're not already in like another relationship with another person,
Yeah.
you'll see black
see a
people
little-
sitting next to each other, space.
Yeah.
Then it's like Mexican and whites.
I know we say like slavery stopped and stuff, but I mean, me personally, I feel like there's still some sort of slavery.
Like racism and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, people are slave to their phones.
So yeah, we're still in an enslavement period. You're absolutely right. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's, take one day and detox from being on any electrical device, and just be with yourself.
Yes.
And I challenge anyone to try it. And if you can, you'll kind of realize and understand, I don't need to be on my phone every second of the day.
Yes.
And then you realize that, hey, I can get more stuff done if I'm not on my phone.
Yes.
And then you start to realize, hey, maybe if I can get more stuff done, I can start a job, my own business. And then it's just like a snowball effect, and it just keeps going.
You keep going, you accumulate more and more as you go. And I feel like you can also attest to this. Stopping drugs and quitting alcohol also allow more free time for you to think clearly, to be more attentive, to be more energized, because a lot of that stuff drains your energy.
Yeah, because I was on the hard stuff, It wasn't like...
You was on that white girl, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's prominent here in New Mexico.
It was like... It was easy to get my hands on, so easy to keep on going, but I couldn't realize what else I could be doing instead of this. Like, this is cool and all.
Yeah.
But if I can do something to get me, to do whatever I want in life, then why am I not doing that instead?
Exactly.
And so that's whenever I stepped back from my friend group, and for 2 years I almost even went silent, and that was when me and my lady, we got our relationship, close like that. And
close.
Because even just like, a simple post on social media can interrupt a relationship if you let it. And that's where I keep on going into today's society. Just sucks, like people take so much things like out of pocket, or, they just take it for their own, what they consider it in their heads on themselves, but they don't consider how other people's intentions were supposed to be.
Yes.
And it's like, you got to think of it from both sides.
You got to think of it from another perspective, Brian. I think they're right on the money. Like, sometimes you got to put yourself in another person's shoes to be able to see their perspective. And not to say that you're trying to compare lives, but like sometimes you got to humble yourself to understand what they may be going through. And that's where a lot of people are. They automatically try to play the compare game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't know my life.
And that's another problem. Like, we're our own people. Why are you trying to be compared to me? You have your own things you want to do. I have my own things I want to do. Why can't we just live happy together and boost each other up for our things?
Exactly.
But yet we're still doing our own separate things. Everyone tries to become in competition with everyone.
Yes.
Even though we're not. You're in that niche over there, and I'm in this niche over here.
Like, there's no why. Like, oh, it's because.
But you're still. I got 5,000 followers. Oh, I got okay, and you're doing that. I'm doing this.
Doing that. You know why? Is it because they're. I'll try not to be rude, but a lot of people are low key jealous of the fact that you figured it out.
Yeah.
That you understood. Oh, I have power. I'm powerful. I'm actually a child of God. I'm actually somebody who has God in me, and they see that and they're like, Roger over there doing, he trying to use God again.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, they are hindering and blocking the blessing for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And for them to find out their own true passion.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, it's in the Bible that a prophet is without honor except for his hometown and inside of his own house. So that means that, like, if we were to literally get out of Hobbs, pretty much almost anywhere, probably even out of New Mexico too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More people are going to support us because we're from a different place. That, this is just a weird universal law that people that you don't even know are going to support you more than your family and friends. And that's because they act like they know you. And we're human beings. We mess up.
Yeah.
We mess up in life.
They feel entitled, almost,
yes.
you'd say. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what they feel.
Like, what I'm most, like, what I don't want to go through is when I do get to that successful point, all of those fake friends that try and come back into my life.
They will.
Yeah,
I made about it in my I had rapped about it. You know what I mean? Them same people that were dissing you, they don't fret, cause they gonna be trying to come back and visit.
Yeah,
they gonna want to try to come back and tap in with you. They're like, hey man, hey dog, you remember me, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, and again, you gotta assess where they're at level wise, like where they're at spiritual wise. If they got God in their lives still, if God is not in their lives, then hey, look, bro, I'm sorry, man, but honestly, I can't even rock with you because your spirit is not of God. It's of this world, and in this world, that's the other spirit. You know what I mean? Anytime that you ain't of God, you are of the other spirit, and it's so weird. Cause, tell me this, bro, what's wrong with God?
I can't find nothing wrong. What really got me was someone had told me everything bad that you do, he still forgives you. Everything that you've done, everything anyone bad has ever done, he still welcomes you with open arms.
His mercy endureth forever.
And it made me feel like if all of this is true, why not just give it a try? What's the worst thing that could happen? And
all you can is try it.
And then once you genuinely give it a try, that's when you start to see him move. And then, just ask him, show yourself to me.
Tell him again, ask him what?
Show yourself to me.
And he will.
He will.
Yes.
And sometimes it's even instant, there, right on.
Yes, sir.
And, you just got to believe wholeheartedly that he's moving in your life.
That's the right. I'm definitely gonna give you another one more just because that's the real one. But you said the right word, believe.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe that God can change your life, he won't. You know what I mean? But if you believe that God can change your life for the millions and the riches and the blessings that you deserve in your life, he will not only do that, but he'll do so much more that you can't even imagine.
And if you don't remember him, he can take it away from you.
Oh, if you forget this man, he will take all them blessings away. Because you always got to keep him in your heart. You always got to give him respect. That's why every time I do it, I'm like, man, I wouldn't be able to do this without no G-O-D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little vitamin G-O-D. You know? I might title that the title, vitamin G-O-D.
Yeah. I mean, it's true, You just even become happier with him in your life. Like, I mean, I know a lot of my happiness was blocked from where I was working because I hated it so much, and
sorry to continue, but I want you to talk about why you stayed there too.
Okay, so but I hated it so much because we had so much work and my boss was too scared to take a risk and grow. And I would always tell him, you need to take the risk, you need to grow, we need to grow, we have too much work. And then one day I had snapped. I was like, why am I telling him to take a risk, but I'm not taking a risk? And then that was whenever I started finally looking for another job. And then, I was praying again. I said, God, just set me on my path. And then that was whenever I got a call. They're like, hey, we got an opening over here, morning shift. And then I had told him to give me a job where I can also work on my own business. And then they're like, morning shift, 4:30 to 9:10. I said, like, that's perfect for me. Like, that's perfect for what I want to do.
Yeah. What hours were you working before?
I think in Arizona, I worked at a dealership. And I worked at cattle bearing, too.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about when you were working at the air conditioner. What was your hours? Sorry about that.
Oh, my bad. It was 8 to 5, every day.
Okay, full time.
But it's just like, you go on a service call, you don't know how long it's going to take, how long you're going to be out there. If I'm going to get a lunch, that was another thing, is I enjoy sitting down with my lady and just enjoying a meal together.
Just being present in the time.
And it was like, it just bothered me whenever I couldn't be home with her just to eat, even if it's just eating together, I enjoy it. And especially with being out in the sun, I need something to rejuvenate me of going through all that. And I would just get tired of it. Like, I need food. I need, even if it's not food, because I try to eat healthy. You know, I
most
try to
eat clean, eat lean. But you also want something to help your spirit out.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes it's just to rejuvenate yourself.
Yeah, and then sometimes I would get off 6:30, you know, and then it's just like
from 8 o'clock too.
Yeah, and it's just like
draining.
I have no time to work on what I want to work on, and then say I did have time, say I got out at 5, and then I go home and I work on my stuff, and then I wouldn't get no company time with my lady, because then it's just I just see you at bedtime and that's it. So I had to figure out how to manage my time, and then that's whenever I realized my time's more valuable, and that's when everything started falling into place.
Man, bro. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you this one last topic. That I only had 2 topics. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The meaning of life. You already seen how profound that was between us. But I want you to talk about the difference between working for somebody else and working for yourself, in terms of like energy, the results that you get. You know what I mean? How you feel.
Working for someone else you're always gonna be set to a limit of how much money you're gonna make. Even if you make commission or something, you're still gonna be set to how hard you work for that commission money. And if you're working for yourself, how good your work is what makes your money. It's not necessarily how much you work. It's how good your work is.
So more it's like quality or quantity at that point.
Yeah, definitely. And you just in perfecting what you want to do, and also not only perfecting but realizing what you actually want to do, instead of just jumping on one thing like
just
how
because
I did.
Somebody else doing it.
Yeah, how I did jump from the USW to the
UTI.
It was just like I thought that's what I wanted, but it wasn't at all. And you just have to come to the realization that maybe I need to try something else.
Yeah.
Just gotta try it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, man. You just need I've tried a plethora of things. I've tried just dipping my toes in whatever I felt comfortable in, until I found something that I actually enjoyed, and that was in improving someone's business. I'd like doing the hard work too, because I was doing the hard work for 3 years, but I knew I could do a whole lot more than just the hard work. Like I could do the technical stuff, that, and
like the hard work is like making the content,
making your business better.
Exactly,
and growing your business. And that's another thing is with that other business, I hit my peak. I stopped growing. He didn't want to grow, so I stopped growing.
Yep, exactly. Cause like again, you was already pushing him like, hey man, we need more work. We gotta boost it up. And he was like, man, I ain't ready yet. Cause he couldn't envision himself exceeding. And sometimes that's a chakra blockage. When you're scared of success, when you're scared to succeed in life, you block yourself mentally, and that ends up becoming something that you don't do. You don't succeed ever. And for sure.
I think he's had this business for 8 years or so, and for the longest he just had 3 workers. And that's a lot of work for just 3 workers, and he's one of them. So in reality, you have 2 workers.
Oh my gosh! So 2 handymen and himself, and y'all trying to do everything in the world.
And we're trying to do everything, and it's like, come on, man, we need more trucks. We need more people to come on. We have 15 units we got to install, and then all these service calls you want to talk about. We don't have time.
Yeah. So in a sense, he was trying to be the head honcho and everything, and not really appoint somebody that can actually help him leverage his business.
And the crazy part is there's been a handful of people to come and like ask if he's hiring when we're backed up on jobs, and I'm like, that dude just said he had 7 years of experience and you didn't want to hire him? That's more than me and this dude combined. Like,
wow.
What are you doing?
Wow.
And his whole thing was, well, he has his certain ways since he's already been working for 7 years. But I was like, yeah, and he still knows what he's doing. Then teach him your ways as he goes.
Yes.
Like, it's a learning curve either way.
Yes.
The only thing is less of a curve if he already knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Instead of teaching someone brand new, what tools are, it's like,
fact.
Yeah, it just slows us down.
It's you already come like, all right, you got this, go ahead and do it. And again, that right there was fear. that block people's
Yeah.
minds.
And it was just like, I gotta leave. It's blocking me from bettering myself. And so I did. But
Hey, but now look, you over here living a better life.
yeah, definitely.
Very,
Definitely
very,
enjoying
very,
it a lot
yeah.
more.
So I'm looking at my camera, and my camera looking like it's gonna die sometime soon. We beat the overheat problem, but it's
Yeah,
definitely gonna
we
die
figured
soon.
it out.
Yeah. So this time, I want us to go ahead and wrap it up with any kind of conversation that you want to wrap it up with, brother. And then again, if this episode happens to cut off, I just want to appreciate everybody who was tapping in. Make sure you smash, destroy that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make
Yeah.
sure you follow my boy Roger on all platforms. If you really need that knowledge, if you're ready to expand your business, if you're ready to take it to the next level, time is now. Go ahead and get out your phone. If you're looking at me on YouTube, or if you're on your phone, close out this phone real quick. No, wait a minute. Wait till you're done with this. Actually, you know what? You watched enough of this. Go ahead and you can close out of it, man, and go follow my boy Roger and go contact him right now and get your business right. You know what I mean? He ain't charging a lot.
that.
He don't charge a lot at all, bro. You know what I mean? Right now, we just now starting off, but you know what I mean? But get in now before it's too late, and we have to charge a fee that you may not be comfortable with because you ain't on that path. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So yeah, go ahead. Let's end it up, man. Whatever you like.
How are your thoughts on where our financial today is going? Like on the, say the U.S. dollar. Do you know?
Okay, like our U.S. currency and whether it's going up or down.
Yeah,
Well, like the dollar.
I guess it was perfect time.
It was. They didn't want us to talk. They didn't want us to talk about
They
that.
didn't want to give them the scoop on it.
Battery exhausted. Yeah, they didn't want us to give me. They didn't. Dang.
It's comfortable.
That's so crazy. I said that, dog. Let me go ahead and turn this off. That is so crazy. I said that, cause I just felt.
Yeah, you felt it coming.
I felt it coming. I did. I was like,
That was good.